Hello everyone, welcome to Kumari's Kids channel. Today's story is going to be about Pinocchio. There was once a carpenter named Geppetto. One day he was walking through an enchanted forest when he heard a voice coming from a magic piece of wood. Geppetto took the wood home and carved a little puppet boy from it. He gave the boy a suit of clothes and a hat with a feather in it. The wooden boy danced and talked. Geppetto named the boy Pinocchio. You must go to school like the other children, Geppetto told him. So the next morning, with some coins in his pocket to buy lunch, Pinocchio went to school. Along the way, a cricket hopped up onto his shoulder. You look like you could use a friend, he told. Pinocchio, I will help you learn right from wrong. Further down the road, Pinocchio met a fox and a cat. They had heard his money jangling in his pocket. Come and play with me. Come and play with us, said the fox slyly. Pinocchio, you promised your father you would go to school. The cricket whispered. But Pinocchio, not knowingly any better, followed the cat and the fox into a dark forest. Plant your money here and it will grow into a money tree, they told Pinocchio. Just come back tomorrow and you'll see. The next morning, instead of going to school, Pinocchio went to find his money tree. But when he reached the spot where he buried his coins, there was no money tree and his coins had gone. They played a trick on you, sighed his friend, the cricket. They just wanted to get your money. Pinocchio felt silly, but he pretended he didn't care and stomped off into the forest. The little cricket begged him to go back to Geppetto, but Pinocchio wouldn't listen. Just as it was getting dark, they came to a tiny cottage. Pinocchio knocked on the door loudly and A pretty fairy answered. We are lost, explained Pinocchio. Please, can you help us? The fairy invited them in and gave them some food. Why are you so far from your home? She asked kindly. Pinocchio didn't want to tell her that he had disobeyed his father. I was chased by a giant, he lied. Suddenly, Pinocchio's nose grew a little longer. And I ran into the forest to escape, he continued. And Pinocchio's nose grew again. I have put a spell on you, said the fairy. Every time you tell a lie, your wooden nose will grow. Pinocchio began to cry. I won't tell any more lies, he promised. The fairy waved her wand and Pinocchio's nose returned to normal. From now on, I will do as father tells me, he said. But when he returned home, Geppetto wasn't there. He was out searching for Pinocchio. We must find father and bring him home, he sobbed, feeling bad. They began their search by the river, but when they got there, Pinocchio fell into the water. The cricket jumped in to help him, but an enormous fish swallowed them. There is the fish tummy. They found Geppetto. He had been swollen by the fish too. Pinocchio hugged his father tightly. I won't leave you again, he said. Then Pinocchio took his feather from his hat and tickled the fish. Ha ha ha, true. The fish gave a mighty sneeze and Geppetto, Pinocchio and the cricket flew out of the fish mouth and landed on the river bank. That night, as Pinocchio slept in in his own little bed, the kind fairy flew in through his window. "You are a good, brave boy," she said, and she kissed him on the forehead. When Pinocchio awoke the next morning, he found that he was no longer made from a wood. He was a real boy. From then on, he was always a good son to Geppetto and the best of friends with the cricket, who didn't need to tell him right from a wrong ever again. Okay, thank you for watching. This is the end of Pinocchio story. I'll see you guys in the next storytelling. Bye.